Belle's back, grand final week for the second year in a row. Belle, firstly, congratulations and welcome back. How are you feeling? Opening question is a week by week.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure. I'm excited. I'm mostly just really excited. I think, to be honest, it took me all weekend to probably get all the stress out of my body, and then by Monday I was like, yeah, we did it. So we're in the granny, and the excitement started building, and been building ever since. When we gone in the club, we had our last session today, so everyone's just super pumped, really up and about. We don't. It's not, I mean, it sounds funny to say because it is our third one, but like it's not every day you play in a grand final, and we really don't want to take that for granted. There's people who have these amazing careers and never play finals and things like that. So we really just want to soak it all up and know what a position that we put ourselves in. So everyone's just super keen to hopefully go out and get a win and get some more silverware.
Well, honestly, there was a moment on Saturday afternoon where I thought we might not actually be there. You and I saw each other after the game on Saturday after the final siren, and we both just looked at each other and like, what just took place over the last couple of hours. You said just before we jumped on air, a lot of you guys were feeling really nervous during the game, probably especially at three-quarter time, I would have thought. Did that game, that preliminary final, go anything like you thought it would?
Nah, not at all, to be honest. I think, yeah, we've spoken about it a bit since and reflected, and I think it's just a bit crazy that our new normal had kind of become games looking how we wanted and us controlling the game and playing how we want to play, and probably been a little bit since we'd had that taken away from us. And full credit to Melbourne, the way they came out. Obviously they'd done their homework and they knew what to do and they executed it really well, and they were better than us for large parts of the game, and that's great. Like that's footy, and that is what it is meant to be like. And it was really stressful, yeah, and stuff, but I think it's really good to have that preparation now leading into this game, and obviously we got the job done. So for us, there was still positives to take out, and we're still able to win the game. And maybe we were a bit off, and they were playing and probably close to their best. So I think there's a lot of things to take out of it, and I just think everyone's looking forward now to the weekend, and we know what we need to do, and we'll be better prepared. If the game's close, and Brisbane, there'll be times in the game that they're playing better than we are, and on top of us with momentum swings and stuff, but we'll be more prepared to know that we can wrestle it back and just stick with it and trust in ourselves and that we can get the job done.
So we faced Brisbane on Saturday night in the grand final, the trilogy. We're 1-1, and essentially playing for the best of three. How do you prepare for this week and this particular game? Is it any different from how it was when we played Brisbane earlier in the season, and then from the grand final before that and the grand final before that?
Yeah, I think a few of us were talking today when we got in the club, just how different it feels when we were kind of looking back at the first one we made. I remember every day we got into training, that first one we made, everyone was just like, "Oh my God, like we're in the granny, like this is crazy, like oh my God, I can't believe we're in," and like it was really just like we're so stoked to be there, really, and now we're there, and this time around it's just a lot more calm. And we thought last year was calm too, and it's probably even more chill and more calm now, than it was even then. So I think, yeah, it's been pretty cool. I mean, yes, it's pretty rare that you make three in a row, and I think Brisbane have made four in a row. So then again, they're probably even more calm than we are. So I think, yeah, it's really cool, and what both sides have been able to do. Obviously, play off three times in the granny is a pretty impressive feat. They've been a staple of the competition from the get-go, and I think every year people try to write them off, and every year they say, "No, not this year." So we know it'll be a close game, but yeah, I think we don't approach the game too differently to any other week. We do the same, same kind of training, same prep, same oppo kind of thing. They've, yeah, tweaked a few things from probably since we last played them. So have we, different players and different lineups or whatever. So I think it'll be a really good game. And they were looking like they were in absolutely fine form against the Blues in the prelim. So we know that we'll have our hands full as we always do with Brisbane. You'd be a fool to underestimate them.
And we definitely don't underestimate them. And we know that they've had the better of us on multiple occasions in the past. But given how this season has gone and even how last season went, do you think there's an expectation that if you don't win, it's a bit of a failure, just given what this side's been able to achieve over the last season, couple of seasons?
Yeah, I think it'd be a really tough one. Obviously, I think if the result didn't go our way, I think I don't think it'd be fair to say that it would be a failure because obviously what we've been able to achieve is absolutely incredible and it's awesome. And but I think at the same time, yeah, people probably would feel like that because then you kind of feel that if we can't get the flag, well, then the streak and all that stuff, it doesn't really mean that much at the end of the day. But I don't think anyone's really reading into that too much. You know, Croxo process that. Nothing like that's really spoken about. We all just know that we just want to win this game, and that's all we're thinking about. How are we going to do it? What are we going to do? What do I need to bring? How am I going to prepare? How am I going to attack that Saturday, waiting around all day to put myself in the best position come 7:45? So I think everyone's just focused on the task at hand and not too worried. But I think, yeah, I think either way, what we've been able to achieve is super.
It's been a week of celebrations at the club so far in the lead up to the grand final. The AFLW awards were on Monday night. Ash Riddell taking home the league best and fairest. What an incredible player. And we're so lucky to watch her, and you obviously so lucky to play alongside her. What's she like as a teammate and as a leader on field as well?
Yeah, it was obviously awesome to see Ash take that home. I think we've been waiting a few years now for one of the girls, Ash or Jamin, to kind of finally be able to bring the medal home. So it was awesome to see that she was able to do that. And I think she was just so well deserving in the year that she's had. Her consistency, everything about it, she absolutely deserves it. And yeah, being her teammate, super special. I think you kind of look around and they're just you see them all the time. You're hanging out with them, they're your mates, so you don't think about it too much. But when these things happen, you kind of stop and reflect and think, yeah, it's pretty cool that you're playing alongside her. And yeah, in terms of her leadership, it's really just how she goes about it, her work rate. Like she lifts us all in that sense, sets the bar through her actions. She's one of the hardest workers at the club and drags us all with her, especially in the off season and then on field too, like being in the mids with her, her communication, making sure we're all organized and set up. She really just leads the way in every sense of the word. So yeah, it's been pretty cool and super happy for her to get that recognition.
A very well-deserved winner, but it wasn't without controversy on the night. A couple of big performances went unnoticed by the umpires. You took to Twitter, and we need to talk about the tweet. You took to Twitter. I've got it here to
Yeah.
express what majority of us were thinking.
Yeah.
Eddie's debut tweet,
Yeah.
everyone. I have never made a tweet, but imagine getting 44 and a goal and also breaking the record for disposals with 45 and not getting a vote in either game. LOL. Hashtag AFLW, hashtag awards. Firstly, tell me about your decision to break your silence on Twitter. Like I said, I think that's what a lot of people at home were thinking. I want a play by play from you.
Look, I don't know. I think I like sporadically download Twitter and delete it and get it back. And I've always kind of thought it'd be funny to make tweets, but I just didn't end. I've wanted to tweet probably every W Awards the past few years with Jammin obviously not getting a lot of votes when she should. And I always thought, nah, I better not. I think this year I just tipped me over there. I just thought this is, it's been too long now. And I'm just, I just thought I'd just make a tweet. I've got, I think, like 40 followers. No one will even see this. Anyway, then it got a bit of traction and quite a few views. And after I posted it, I thought, oh, I hope the club won't get annoyed about this. But I was like, no, I'm just sticking up for my teammate. To sort of be a bit funny. I turned to my roommate on the couch who plays for the Western Bulldogs and said, should I tweet this? And she was like, yeah, why not? I was like, all right. So yeah, got a bit of traction, which was pretty funny. People saying that I need to tweet more and that I'm absolutely right with what I said. So we'll see. I don't know. Might get on the Twitter a bit more, be a bit cheeky. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
You heard it here first. Bella's new hobby unlock tweeting come 2026. In all seriousness, though, it is a fair point that you made. We've seen it over the past few seasons with Jazzy Garner, and now we've seen it with Ash Riddell, and it was a victory to her in the end, and it was a 3 vote victory, I should say, in the end. And she obviously is such a professional and took it in her stride and said, there are probably games where she got votes where she didn't deserve them, and then those ones were missed. But how do we find a way to make this voting system more fair, that these things don't keep happening? It happened in the Brownlow with, Naz only a few months ago in that game against Melbourne. So now we've seen it again. Is there a way we can make this more even and a more fair voting system, do you think?
Oh, look, I don't have the answers, and absolutely, I mean, like even with my tweet and stuff, I have absolute respect for the umpires, and I mean no disrespect towards them at all. And my view on it is, even I come out of games and people on the sideline when you chat to them might ask you, oh, who do you think played well? And honestly, I don't know because I'm busy maybe you notice a couple people, she kicked a few goals, they got a few touches, but you're busy. I'm focusing on what I need to do, where I need to beat the stoppage, what I'm doing, what are the other forwards doing. And you know that I think the umpires are the same. They're focusing on the game, trying to umpire it and deal with all the abuse coming their way and try and make right calls. And they're also running around getting tired. And I don't think, they're necessarily like, in that sense, how I don't even know. They probably don't really realize either. So I don't think it's really, I feel bad for them with the stuff that gets said and everyone kind of rips into them. Like it's not their fault that this is the system that's been chosen and they're trying to just do their job. So I have full respect for them. I don't know what the answer would be because I think there'd be no way where it's not biased. You can put a selection committee together, but without even knowing it, they'd have their own personal biases towards certain players and certain this or that, or they like. So, some people might value a backliner more and think, yep, let's give them the votes versus someone who's like, nah, the forwards kicked all the goals, so they should get the 3 votes. You know what I mean? So I think it's always going to be there's always going to be opinions on it and probably no right uniform way to do it. But I think between that and coaches, association, best player and players player and things like that, I think often like they all speak a similar-ish story most of the time. So I think yeah, I mean, you're never going to have a winner that everyone goes, yep, that's a good winner. Everyone's going to have a different opinion. So I don't know.
No, I do agree with you, and I don't think that too many would have disagreed that Ash was the rightful winner of the award on the night. She also made the All Australian side with Jazzy Garner, who was named captain of the All Australian side for the third time, and then Talia Randall and Blah Bogue making their All Australian debuts as well. Again, it's all subjective. No defenders made the All Australian side, but we did have four very, very well deserving recipients of Blazers in there. What have the seasons of those four girls been like, particularly Tarls and Blah? I mean, Blah's had an incredible breakout year, and Tarls has been an incredible asset for us over a very, very long period of time. What did you make of them and the All Australian selection?
Yeah, it was awesome. Obviously, to see any of your teammates get a selection is just awesome. You're so happy for them. You've seen the work they put in and how they go about it, and to see your mates get recognition for what a year they've had. They've all been super. So yeah, it was just really exciting, especially for Tiles and Blah. If Ash and Jamin's just expected, to be honest, you just know that's going to happen. So for Tiles and Blah, yeah, it was just really exciting, and I think Tiles has been really up there a lot of years, probably stiff a couple of years to miss out a bit too. So to finally see a breakthrough for that one was really good, and she's come like behind in the four walls. Like I can't explain like how far she's come since I first walked in the door 5 years ago. Like both on the field with her attitude, and also off the field how she is as a teammate. So I'm really really proud of Tales and Blah too. I said to her. When she got in, just it's really cool. Like last year, you couldn't even get a game. You come out from Ireland and can't even get a game, and you go back and work on your craft and stick to it and whatever. And then you come back out and you have this breakout year in All Australian. So you look at that and you just think, wow, honestly, it's just really awesome. So, the Irish girls, it's a huge move to come out here from Ireland to play a game you've never heard of and with people that you don't even know. So I think it's really awesome to see that. And I did consider making a second tweet about the defenders, but I thought I better not.
Capped it at one, one for one. The continuation of celebration and accolades on Tuesday with the AFL Players Association. Jazz Garner, her first season as captain, named best captain, also named AFLPA MVP for a record third time. Just phenomenal. Like there's honestly nothing that she can't do. I know we've spoken a bit about her in a captaincy capacity this year, but coming into and filling massive shoes of Emma Carney, how do you think she's adapted? Clearly well, if everyone, around her thinks so, but as, your captain, how do you think she's gone?
Oh, I think she's just done it absolutely seamlessly. I think no one's surprised. I mean, obviously last year anyway, with Carnes' injury, that opened the door for her to captain for a few rounds, and then obviously the girls really enjoyed that because we voted her in. So I think yeah, she hasn't missed a beat, and anyone who meets Jazzy knows what a humble, down to earth person she is, and she's just super genuine, and she hasn't changed a bit. She hasn't tried to change, be louder, be anything that she's not to be the captain of our club. So she's just herself, and everyone loves and respects that. And when you're the player that she is, like you have instant respect. So think similar to Ash, she leads a lot through her actions, and when she speaks, we all really listen. But I think the number one thing is that she's super, super calm. So I think it was Blahin the other day said in a team meeting that like pre-game she purposely goes and stands near Jazzy because she knows that that'll calm her down because she knows that Jamin's super calm. So just things like that, I think, with her leadership and to get that recognition from your peers is obviously always really nice too. And with the players MVP, I think. Yeah, I think as a player, that's one that you'd be really honoured to win, that your own peers and the people that you play against have voted you in for that. So yeah, I was really happy for Jamin to also get that one. I think between her and Ash, you could split them. Either of them could win W award, coaches, any of the above. So it was really nice to see Ash get some flowers and then Jamin get some as well.
Hopefully, the flowers and the accolades will continue on Saturday night. It's a massive game. And I think this side, we know how special this side is, and there's an opportunity now to do something that no other side in the competition's history has done and go back to back. What would that mean to you, and to the side if we were able to achieve the ultimate once again?
Yeah, I think yeah, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. I think it would just be unbelievable, to be honest. I think last year, we win and we're probably still going into that game a bit hopeful, a bit, hopefully we can do this and then get our first one. And then you get the first one and it's probably just relief, I think. Bit of monkey off the back, been pushing for a bit, really wanting it to happen. I think this time, I think we're just about to enjoy it even more because we've got that one under our belt. So you're not going to have probably that relief or that pressure of feeling like we really need to get one here. I think in that sense, hopefully let us play like really free with, we talk a bit about it today about just not fearing losing, obviously, you want to win, but we're not going to fear losing. Obviously, we have lost to Granny before, and we're all here alive, and we're all fine. So I think it's going to be such a close game. We know Brisbane just bring every time they're absolute competitors. They're going to bring the energy. They're going to bring the heat. Like we know that we need to match that with them. But we obviously back in our system as always to get the job done. And um, yeah, we're definitely not taking it lightly, but yeah, we're trying to focus a lot on the job we have at hand. But obviously, if we were the first team to go back to back in competition history, it would just be another cool accolade and record for us to add. And I think to be the first ones to ever do it would be really really cool as well.
I think so. And I think it would be definitely deserving of this side. You guys have been incredible, not just, this season, but last season as well. And a sellout crowd at Ikon Park will be watching you on, and hopefully a majority North crowd. That's a rare thing, having a majority North crowd. So hopefully all the North fans are there in droves cheering you guys on. Belle, best of luck for Saturday. Hopefully, we'll be celebrating at the end of the game and really just getting to revel in an incredible North Melbourne side and be part of history once again.
Yes, hopefully that's the plan. That's what we're planning for. So hopefully we can get it all together on the day and get the job done, and we can give the fans something to cheer about and something to celebrate for everyone to enjoy. Would be really awesome. So super keen to walk out. It's obviously so cool when we play in front of a sold out crowd. So really keen for that. So you'll see me a big smile on my face.
Great. Can't wait. And hopefully that continues post game as well.
Yeah, hopefully. Yes, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Thanks, Belle.